Hey, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es el autor de Stefano y si no me conocías es mi culpa, ¿ok? No voy a volver a cometer ese error. Yo soy el autor del libro Vendes o Mueres, fue el lanzamiento bestseller en Amazon, ya más de 10.000 personas se lo descargaron e incrementaron su facturación por menos de $10 que vale. Y también soy el creador de expansionismo.com, que expansionismo.com es un lugar en donde no solo te permitimos expandirte hacia tu máximo potencial, sino que puedas también expandir otros negocios, otras empresas y llevarte un porcentaje de lo que les ayudes a generar. Hoy no te voy a vender absolutamente nada. Simplemente te voy a mostrar algo muy importante para mí, que es la razón por la cual podés confiar en mí. Y es mi pasado. Mira, yo sé que más que seguro estés acostumbrado a que hoy en día está muy de moda el hecho de que chicos de 20 años se la den de expertos simplemente porque vieron un curso en Estados Unidos, copiaron, pegaron, dicen en español lo que está en inglés y no tienen experiencia real. Nunca hicieron en su maldita vida lo que te están enseñando a hacer. Entonces, vengo a restablecer tu fe en la humanidad, ¿ok? Yo soy de las pocas personas que realmente han hecho por años lo que enseñan. No solo vender. Tuve literalmente miles de llamadas de venta, sino que también crear equipos de venta, que es lo que hoy más estoy enseñando a día de la fecha. Desde 2019 que vengo creando mis primeros equipos de venta. En 2019 tenía mi agencia de marketing. En 2021 tuve la primera agencia de ventas de toda Latinoamérica. Fui el primero en toda Latinoamérica de instalar closers y setters a otros negocios digitales, incrementarles esa facturación y yo llevarme un porcentaje de eso. Y eso es lo que hoy enseño. ¿Cómo puedes hacer esto mismo con tu agencia de ventas? Escalando la facturación de otros negocios, cobrar $4.000 por eso, más hasta el 30% de la facturación que tú le traigas a ese negocio. Y mira, este video que vas a ver hoy es, de hecho, el video que me permitió a mí cerrar mi primer cliente en 2021 como agencia de ventas high ticket, si se quiera. Yo venía cobrando primero $350, después 500, después solo porcentaje, hasta que dije, ¿sabes qué? Voy a cobrar $2.000 por esto, más el 5% de facturación, que después le subí hasta el 30%. Y funcionó. No solo que el cliente es en Estados Unidos, como te decía, sino que yo estoy hablando en inglés. Es otro level realmente. Cuando todos estaban yendo, yo parezco mi tío, Dios mío, pero yo ya fui y vine, en el sentido de que en 2021 estaba años luz adelantado yo ofreciendo este servicio y tuve la oportunidad de hacer lo que hacen la gran mayoría, que es facturar mis primeros $1.000 y ya ponerme a vender un curso. Pero no, yo quería acumular casos de éxitos, acumular facturación, facturar cientos de miles de dólares como para recién ahí que confíen en mí. Es una inversión a largo plazo que solamente los inteligentes son capaces de ver. Hay otros tontos, perdón la palabra, pero son tontos, que compran humo. Y yo antes culpaba a los otros de vender humo, pero no es culpa de ellos. Se aprovechan de los tontos que les gusta comprar humo. Entonces, yo no le hablo a esas personas que les gustan espejitos de colores, que se van a hacer millonarios de la noche a la mañana. Yo le hablo a las personas inteligentes que saben identificar a una persona que sabe de lo que está hablando, ¿ok? Así que, sin más, te dejo con la llamada de venta real, en la cual yo muestro todo este modelo de negocio. Así que, ya sabes lo que siempre digo, buckle up, ponete tu cinturón de seguridad, va a estar entretenido, palomitas, pochoclos, como le quieras decir, y disfruta. Okay, Tristan, so I sent you this video because I know that your time is precious, and in this way you can speed it up to 2x and pass my Latin American accent. Okay, so let me share my screen in a second, and you're about to see the kind of slides that I showed to you the first time that we meet each other. And that's because, as I told you that day, in January, while I was working with my mentor, I started this. Let me see if I'm recording this. Yeah. Well, in January, while I was working with my mentor, I started this company called Expansión Analítica that translated to English literally means analytical expansion. And its main goal, wait a minute, its main goal is to help every digital business to restructure their entire sales department to transform it into a cash flow generating machine and scale their bottom line revenue with predictable strategies month by month. And how we do that? Well, selling sales department turnovers to 4x the revenue of the company in just 2 months. And why 4x, not 6x, 10x? Well, that's because that was the kind of result that I was getting with every sales department that I led and restructured thanks to, well, my obsessions with numbers and sales since I was like 16 years old. If you really want to scale ordering ads to the levels that you said, If you really want to sell it for 9 figures and make every restaurant of the US work with ordering ads, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to reach that. There's a lot of work and time ahead in order to reach that. And I know that you're willing to put both of them, but I'm here to make you go faster. The only thing that I will ask you is to open your mind for a second, because I'm about to break down what I could do to help you to reach that goals. How can I do it, and why I want to do this, where, who, and whatever you want. So at the end of this, if you see that you just don't want to do this, or that you expected something else from me, that you just wanted to be, for me, that I be a good setter, and that's it, then, well, we will just has to part as friends, but no problem at all. I mean, I'm literally appreciated, but no problem at all. Well, why I'm saying this? Well, with the type of relationship that we were about to have, it was gonna be a slow process for both of us. That I think that it wasn't the best thing to do for neither of us. And here's why. Fortunately, as I told you, I have a lot of experience, but not only in my industry. I have lived and breathed sales since 2017. The only problem that is I was applying everything in the brown vehicle, in the brown market, but not anymore. I will extrapolate this company and my experience to the American market, where I know that both of the company and I will be up to our potential. So I will take you through a quick review of my experience again, so to see what I'm talking about. And I know that I mentioned this already, but I wanted to give you a refresher. So, yeah, my sales career, I started buying and selling cars at 16 years old. There's a few photos because it was 2017, as I said. But yeah, at 17, I led in a multi-level team of 21 people. I had incredible results. We were making, well, again, in Argentina, $800 is, it was a lot of money. Well, from that, I worked selling cars for Fiat, the best of the team, for 3 months straight. In 2018, I realized that I can make more money leveraging on the internet, as simple as it sounds. So I started my e-com business. I started drop shipping. I hit the 14K per month mark, and plus between 6 months, I started a course. Yeah, I had a course that unfortunately made like a revenue of 5K total. From that, I realized that with drop shipping, everything was spikes, and I wanted more peace of mind, so I wanted cash flow. That's when I started my digital marketing agency, specialized in online conversion for e-commerce, because I had a lot of experience with e-commerce. So I started that at 19 years old. And yeah, I make a lot of money with that. Like I had, well, a lot of money for my experience, having 19 years old, having month of 7K per month or 10K per month, an average of 4K per month. It's a good kind of results. Plus, I was getting an incredible results for my clients. And I have a web, I have an ebook, I have case studies, I had everything. So I wanted to specialize in sales to scale my agency to the 7 figures. So I decided to specialize in sales because that was what I was better at it. So I did that with the best mentors on the market. And yeah, I did that with Grant Cardone, Jordan Belfort, Dan Locke, even Bradley. I mean, for any course out there of sales, I literally done it. From Napoleon Hill to sales.io, I mean everything. In 2020, I was having a lot of results. That's when my mentor hired me and went from setter to sales director to outreach leader. And yeah, we both make a lot of money. I in just 1 year, I make $180,000 in a year by mainly closing, and $80,000 in just 3 months, just by closing myself. And we were making like 6K days, and it was great. So yeah, that was great. And now here I am. I'm trying to reach my potential and my specialty of scaling the revenue of sales department. So, well, why am I saying this? In what specific way I can help you? Well, as I showed you before, that was the slides of the past meeting. But yeah, I want to help you to restructure your entire sales department, like I said I could do when we first met each other, and build an outbound strategy that adds an scalable flow of quality leads to bring another 20K a month minimum at the beginning, and later, by compounding the efforts and strategies, that amount will predictable scale month by month. I will do all the heavy duty for you. You will not have to invest time on perfecting the sales department anymore. Not you, not Akash, not anyone. I will do everything for you. And yes, I don't know if my strategies will work. And let me say that not even you. The only one who knows how the strategies will work will be the clients, the market. And that's the difference. The one who tells you that has the better proven strategies that works at 100% is lying in front of your face. Me, I have the methods that allow you to, by measuring the data, reach to that group of sales strategies that works incredible for you. And the best part is that we will not lose time trying to find those strategies. We will create them by testing at the same time that the things that we are working with, everything that we already have at a 30% ratio. We will test 70% the all best methods and 30% testing the new strategy. So what it means? Well, basically, we will increasing the money that we make while we are already making money. So what do I think that this is the best thing to do, and what's the difference between we were about to do? Well, I will be very, very blunt with you, okay? I mean, I will be very, 100% honest, and don't get mad at me if some of the things that I will say offend you. It's all for the sake of growth. So right now, you will find very, very, very difficult to find good setters, and needless to say, good closers. I've been in a few inbound closers and setting interviews and setters interviews, and you're competing with companies that have very good and professional structures and very good job offers and procedures. So you will face difficulty to find good setters and closers. You will face more professional competition, and yeah, I know that it sounds rough, but you have a good training program, but that's really, really loaded and has duplicated videos that takes a lot of time to consume, and it's not efficient as it seems. What I'm trying to say here is that the lack of commitment of, for example, Race and K comes from the lack of clarity and push. That's it. And I know that it's great thing that you're gonna have a team of 8 players making a ton of money with just one daily huddle, sharing what they've learned in the past day and what they think that they could improve and everything like that. But no, it's not always like that. Some people have so much potential locked down in them, that they don't even know that they have it. It's the job of the leader to do whatever it takes to grab that hidden potential and put it into the arena. I am 100% for sure that Grace and Kate could perform better if they were managed differently. So Bottom line is the market is becoming more sophisticated day by day, not only from a client perspective, but from an employee perspective too. And if you think that you can keep working with this framework, I'm afraid that you will not make it in the long run. I know that it sounds rough, but it's what I think. And for example, me, I I'm sorry what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I thought that the company was more like quote unquote professional that it actually is. And I'm not saying this to be mean because I know that in the bottom of your heart too, you know that you can do better. All I'm saying is that I'm here to make this a reality. I'm here to make this a company that anyone that wants to make a living begs you, sorry, to hire them because they're in the best vehicle to grow. Tristan, let me say that that model where everyone works with just a meeting, talking little or nothing with their employees, and everything goes perfectly fine is just a 16-year-old boy dream. I mean, it will not last with times that we had ahead, Tristan. I mean, look at the competition. Look at what major companies are doing. They have role plays. They have multiple shorts meeting during the day to make sure that their team remains accountable, to make sure that they set their goals in the morning and review how they did at night, etc., etc. That's a 100 team. That's a team that will make every restaurant a client of ordering ads. And yeah, bottom line, what I'm offering you, what I'm willing to do to make sure that we hit the goals. I'm basically not that guy that everything has to be perfectly aligned to take action. I'm not that guy. As I was saying to Akash, I perfectly know that if I don't make calls, I don't eat, and that's it. That's why I move with a mental framework of profit first. That's what I'm focused to profit first. I will focus first on everything that moves the needle forward and bring new businesses to the table. I will not over complicate things. I will not encourage the micromanagement, and I couldn't care less about creating spreadsheets and procedures and a bunch of stuff that unnecessarily adds friction to the processes. My main focus is efficiency and keep improving as we make money. That's it. That's it, period. And I will take care of the responsibility and take massive levels of action of hiring the new and the best salespeople out there, and even train them, and even train a good setter plus, a sales team leader to manage and also sales. I will look for every place to find them, from Facebook group to jobs boards, and even please listen carefully what I'm saying. I will even run ads to make sure that I find the best people out there to form part of this sales team that we're about to make. So, bottom line, I will restructure the entire sales team to bring 20K plus per month with an outbound lead acquisition strategy. I will make this company a company that everyone wants to work for. I will build a team of A players, hungry as lions, pushing as hard as the CEO, as you. I will build everything based on efficiency and profit first frameworks. So, why do I think that this will at least 6x your investment in the first 2 months? Well, because that's what I do. Already made a plan breaking down the numbers that we could get with just one setter. So I will break down my specific plan again, and I will tell you what we could do to accomplish this 6x ROI minimum. So let me share, let me see if I'm sharing the right screen. Yeah. Well, the plan is this. I will share you the document if you want, but I will read it out loud. Um, Note, each plan idea is subject to updates from both me and Tristan, depending on what it discussed in the call. And The goal of the sales department restructuring plan is to restructuring the entire sales department based on efficiency, performance, and fidelity. Create a new source of qualified prospect acquisition through organic outreach, and scale auto-net revenue in a predictable and scalable way by systematizing and optimizing cold outbound lead acquisition strategies. The estimated revenue target with this plan is minimum 20K monthly recurring in new business. When I think that we can hit that goal is the finishing November. And how we can make this happen? Well, what I'm about to share with you is the average numbers that we could get from the worst case scenario to a middle case scenario, like what average is found in the market, and I'm not even mentioning the best case scenario. Let's stick to the worst case scenario because that will tell you that what we can actually make. So the contact to booking average is from 2 to 5%. That means for every 100 calls that we make, we can book from 2 to 5 appointments. And the average number of contacts per setter is from 80 to 100 to 1200. To 120 per day. And that's like 6 hours of work average. The booking to sale average is to 7 to 11%. That means with 100 bookings that we have, we can close 7 or 11% minimum. And the average contact time per setter is 4 minutes. That means from one cold call to another, an average you invest 4 minutes to make that process. So what are the approximate monthly results with such values? With one setter, from 80 contacts per day, less than 6 hours of work, times 6 days a week, we have 480 contacts weekly. Times 4 weeks, we have almost 2,000 contacts monthly. Specifically, we have 1,920 contacts monthly. With that, almost 2,000 contacts per person at a 3% of booking percentage, that means of that 2,000 contacts, we will book at least 57 bookings. From that 57 bookings at a 7% of booking to sale ratio, we will have at least 4 sales per setter. 4 sales at an average ticket of $1,000. That's the ticket that we are selling. We will have 4,000 per setter per month. But what happens if we multiply that number by 6? What happens when we multiply what we can get with just one setter times 6 setters? And by the way, I recommend that if we will work with a group of setters, I recommend you that you will have at least 14. But let's make it to times 6 setters. That will be like $27,000 of new revenue, recurring revenue per month. That's what we can get. So I break down how specifically I can make this happen in the first week, the second week, the third week, the fourth week, the 5th to 8th week, and I'll break down how I can make this happen almost day by day. If you want, you can pause the video and read it, but basically I will not overcomplicate things. I will make this happens, make this happen at light speed. I literally make this happen at light speed. And it's a very simple process because I've done it in the past so many times. That's what I've done a lot of time in the past. So I know that if I tell you that this specific process, the hiring process and build the essential processes and structures will take 1 week, that's because it will take just 1 week. And the second week, we will train all the salespeople, the sellers, and the manager. I will build new scripts, and I will chat with you to see if we can make a multiple price points product strategy. And I will make an explanation to you down the line, so you will understand that in a moment. If I tell you that by the third week we will making some revenue, that's because at the third week we can make that happen. At the third week we will execute the cold outreach strategy, test the new versus old sales processes, and start gathering information. Sales manager will be the first week of testing in the trenches. First week, me managing the team. I create the sales manager processes, and by the fourth week, I will be tinkering the strategies. The sales manager will start to work and do the reports to you. And by the end of the fourth week, I will finish the training of the manager. And from the 5th to the 8th week, I will execute the whole plan and make a thesis based on data to find the best cold outreach strategy for lead acquisition, reunite once a week with the team to have them in the same page while the sales manager respect the meters, and so on and so on and so on. If you want to pause the video and read it, the plan, that will be great. And yeah, I mean, bottom line, what I'm trying to say here is we can make in 2 weeks, in the worst case scenario, 20K of new recurring revenue, and that without mentioning the LTV, without mentioning that revenue will compound month by month, because 20K in the first 2 months, 20K in the third month, 20K in the fourth month, that will be like 20K that you will be summing up every month, literally. And that's not it. It keeps better and better. I have another plan that it's called Revenue Spike Plan. This plan only applies if you really, really want to make an incredible amount of money by just utilizing at 100% your resources. The resources that you already have with ordering ads. If you're really committed, if you're really, really, really committed to a 9-figure exit, you will want me to execute this plan, this revenue spike plan. If not, that means you're not committed, Tristan. It's simple as that. And what is this plan based on? What is this plan all about? The goal here is to mine the current power base of ordering ads with a strategy based on multiple price point repackaging. This will not represent a lot of investment in time investment. This will not represent a huge time investment, and will add a new source of lead acquisition on a daily basis by using a referral strategy. For you to know the estimated revenue target, I will change the word revenue. Target is $40,000 in new businesses, also with the deadline of finishing November. How I can make this happen? Well, if you have a power base of 1,000 prospects with the average ticket of $1,000, the booking to sale ratio of warm leads is at least, if they are really warm leads, 4%. So if you close at least 4% of that current database of warm leads with the main product, and see if we can monetize the rest of the pipeline with some downsell or cross-sell and execute a referral strategy for future mining, we will making $4,000 a month. But that's a spike. That will not happen a lot of every month. That will happen just 1 month. but that will yeah, increase a lot of your revenue in just 1 month. But yeah, I have a note that is highlighted in red because it's really important. Everything that is highlighted in red is very important. So this plan can only be executed if the team is committed, and by the team I mean you, is committed to repackaging current products in order to create multiple price points to monetize all the prospect and generate cash. Assuming that we will find prospect who will not be able to afford $1,000 ticket or can pay a higher ticket. I talk from experience that almost any prospect can become a buyer if we can put him in front of the right product for him in that specific situation. I know what creating new services entails, Tristan. I know what I'm asking you to do, but there are efficient ways to do that, and you don't require a lot of energy, you don't require a lot of focus, you don't require a lot of time, and sometimes you don't even require to provide the service. It's just about taking the internal tools, procedures, repackaging, and sometimes even strategic partnerships. So I broke down for you the examples of tickets with guaranteed market that if we make it in the first week, we will sell them like hot bread. I don't know if that saying applies in English, but we'll sell a lot of these specific tickets. Sorry. So if you wanted to read more in detail, you can pause the video. But you to see is 97, an internal tool, an initial training from 2 to 4 hours duration. We have a ticket of $197, 397, 697, 1,000, 1,700, 2,500, 5,000, and that's just my recommendation to you. We can, like in this part of the plan says, we can chat how we can make this happen, and I will give you a huge hand with that. I have a lot of experience on repackaging products. I have a lot of experience making that spikes of revenue, making these strategies, and the best of all that we ending that we can execute a mining and referral strategies. Uh, what that's all about. In every email that the seller sends, every email that comes out of orderinads.com, at the bottom as a sign, we can add the referral offer. The referral offer is simple. If they bring us, I don't know, a client, they can make 30% of what we close, and we can think of that offer. But well, we can make that at the end of every email and at the end of the sales calls, or we sell, or we get out with a referral, or we get out with a referral. We don't get out of any sales call with empty hands. We don't get out empty-handed of any sales call. That we can make this happen to applying a referral asking script that I have. And well, then we can test different products variations and all of that. Well, I know that it's been like 30 minutes of video, but that's the plan. Bottom line, we can make not only those minimum $20,000, plus we can make more than $40,000. Sorry, so it's like $60,000 that we can make right in the spot in the first 2 months. And for I don't know if you've seen this, but I already add to my drive, to ordering ads drive, the example of some basic processes that I had to that allows the setter to analyze and measure their KPIs, and based on those KPIs, just perfect the strategy and build that outbound lead acquisition strategy. So it's really great. I don't know if you took the time to see it, but you already have that in your power, in your hands. If you want it, you can apply all these things, and uh, I don't know, is if at the end of this call we don't work together anymore, I can I give I can send this as a gift to you, because if you apply all the things, you have an explanation video. If you apply all the things, I don't know. Well, obviously, don't will not make you like 20K of revenue in the first 2 months, but it can make you money. It can make you a lot of money. So you have all the simple uh, sheets that I had from every personal sheet that the setter will have to use, sheets to make metrics and reapers, something that I call strategy labs, where we can make the thesis and analyze some specific strategies based on the export of those specific KPIs, and examples of standards operation procedures, of systematized follow-up, and so on. I mean, I literally give you this outreach team plug and play as a gift to you. That's, for example, the thesis, the outbound leads prospecting daily tracker, and that also pops up with the specific result of the KPIs to make a more professional reporting, not like the one we're making on Slack. And we are not overcomplicating things. I promise that. So yeah, bottom line, that's the plan broken down. So at the end of let me present these slides again. So at the end of the month, what you will get? Well, at the end of the month, um, you will have to you will get 6 to 10x your investment in the first 2 months. That's more than 20K, and that's not the best case scenario. You will get a restructuring the entire sales department based on efficiency, performance, and fidelity, and create a new source of qualified prospect acquisition through organic outreach. And you will be able to scale auto-enhanced revenue in a predictable, scalable way by systematizing and optimizing cold outbound lead acquisition strategies. Also, I will make this company a company that everyone wants to work for, build a team of 8 players, hungry as lions, pushing as hard as the CEO, build everything based on efficiency and profit first frameworks, as I said, and have a market sophistication and recession proof sales department. And that's that. So I literally wanted to say that you will not have to invest any more time, because any more any sort of money in acquiring qualified leads, because it's gonna be an old school outbound generated team, like the founders of the greatest company in the world did, and like any company that wants to survive the market sophistication and probably the recession coming will have to do. So as soon as we start, as Tony Stark said, get ready for a major remodel, fellas. We're back in hardware mode. Old school, outbound, generating leads strategies. So if this sounds like I'm selling a service to you, Tristan, it's because I am. What will be the value of something like this? Tristan, if the project and the plan that I can build for the company that applies to this can make the amount of money that we can do, if the value of this will be 10K, was 10K, it will be worth every penny. And that's actually the price that I will start to ask once I automatize the delivery of the service. But right now, I'm starting this to just only ask 2,000 for a 10x ROI, and that's minimum. Just 2K for an entire sales department turnover and the predictable lead acquisition flow of 2 months. And the ROI that you could make is at least 10 times what you invested in 2 months. So I already showed you what you could get with the standards numbers of this specific industry and what will be the systems look like. I show you some basic one, but as I told you, the first 2 weeks are the slow ones. And by the way, the sooner we start, the sooner you will see the revenue. So the ROI opportunity here is what you will get with just 6 setters is like almost $30,000. And imagine that if we can have more than 6 setters, just imagine that for a second. So with a $2,000 investment minus a $20,000 minimum of revenue, that's not the best case scenario. That means like $18,000, sorry, ROI in 2 months. And without mentioning the revenue spike plan, and without mentioning the LTV of every client that you will get when we finish this sales department turnover. So yeah, I will do the hiring, I will do the training while I create the basic processes to make ordering ads a more professional and likable at the company at the eyes of the setter. And by the way, what I recommend to you is that with a 35% of commission to an outbound close for an outbound close lead, it's great. It's a great percentage. And obviously 50% to the manager. So as you can see, this is not the best case scenario. And if not in the best case scenario, you can 10x your investment. Just imagine if the things could actually took off better than we planned. Because from a risk-reward case scenario, from a risk-reward ratio percentage perspective, what's the worst thing that can happen? Literally, what's the worst thing that could happen? That you invest 2K, and by the way, that's the value of just 2 clients, and get a group of great people willing to work with you, already trained in an incredible sales department structure that it's ready to you just to plug and play. And what's the worst thing that could happen? That for the first time in the entire history of the world, cold calling and prospecting doesn't work. That's the worst thing that could happen. That cold calling and different outbound prospecting strategies doesn't work for the first time in the history of the world. What are the odds? 2K is a joke. It's just 2 clients of revenue and 4 clients to be with the profit of those 2 clients, break even. And without mentioning the LTV and without mentioning the other plans. So if 2K is the problem, we shouldn't work together anyway. So I will help you. I'm charging just 2K because that will help me to start building the structure of this business and provide better results. And like I told you, if it's necessary, reinvest from those 2K in ads to find better sales team, and also it will be my signs of appreciation with you for believing in me. So as soon as the investment is done, I will automatically remove the weight from your shoulders and start creating an 8-player sales team and start looking for people and do all the heck stuff to bring as soon as possible new businesses to the table for you to just sitting, relaxed, and just watching these things skyrocketing its way to the moon while you invest your time more wisely. So Tristan, as far as I'm concerned, I know that I can explode the revenue of ordering ads if you just give me a small chance. Maybe Tristan, the smaller decisions are the one that change our direction to a better port. And remember, as I told you, tell you everything. As I told you, yeah, remember, as I told you, I will do everything. You just gotta relax, pull the trigger, and enjoy the benefits. I'm looking forward to start. Let me know if you want to ask me some specific questions or anything that could help you, and I will be glad to answer anything that you ask. So let me know what you think, and see you, Tristan. Thanks again.